If you have an A54 Samsung phone with moisture detected alert, this video is for you. So when you have a moisture detected alert, it doesn't let you charge your phone. So what you want to do is use a toothpick, or this is a floss pick. You use a floss pick, the end of a floss pick, or a toothpick to clean out the outer edges of that port. But just make sure you don't touch the middle part of the port because that could damage it. Just try to go around those outer edges and scoop out the stuff in the corners. Then to get out more gunk, use an old toothbrush that you don't use anymore. That's still pretty clean. Get the bristles into that charging port and just kind of gently scrub it a little bit so that you can get as much gunk out as you can. And the longer you do it, the more gunk comes out. Then you could also use a cotton ball or an ear swab to clean it. But what really helped me after I got all that gunk out was to use a cold air pump that's used for pool toys. It says in the alert to use a hairdryer, but I don't recommend a hairdryer. If you're going to use a hairdryer, don't use it on the hot or warm setting. Make sure it's on the cold setting. But I recommend an air pump instead. This Intex air pump has these caps, and you can take the caps off and then just put the nozzle right up to the charging port. I also put the air into the SIM card slot and some other areas of the phone on the outside, just to get in more air. But that is because I was desperate to get the moisture out. But what really helped was just putting this nozzle against the charging port. And that was just for, maybe like a minute or two. And then I got the moisture detected alert out, but then I got into a boot loop when I tried to start the phone. So what I did was plug the phone in to my laptop with a special charging wire that has a USB, a USB connection on one end. So that'll go into the laptop. So I connected the phone to the laptop with that charging wire, and then I try to push the power button plus the volume down button to restart the phone or try to shut it off, but it didn't work. It just kept going into a boot loop trying to restart. It didn't have any battery, so I knew it needed to shut down in order to charge first before it could restart. So that's what was causing the boot loop. So I pushed the power button plus the volume up button to get a new menu on my phone while the phone was still plugged into the laptop with the charging wire. That new menu had reboot, restart with the factory settings, or shut down. So I didn't want to do restart with the factory settings because that could wipe out all the data. Even changing the battery out might be better than that. So that's the one I would definitely want to avoid. That's a last resort. So what I went to was shut down. I used the volume down button to navigate to shut down, and then I pressed the power button to select shut down. Once I shut it down, the phone was able to charge. I charged it to 100% through the laptop with that charging wire, and then once it was at 100%, I restarted it with the power button plus the volume down button together. So a few days later, it got the moisture detected alert one more time. So again, I used that cold air pump to blow cold air into that charging port through that air pump nozzle. And I shook the phone a little bit, and after I shook it and I used that air pump a few times into the charging port, it started charging again, and the moisture detected alert went away.